All right, let's get to some fan feels. We'll give you our final predictions coming up here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network, your team every day. Jay, let's get into some fan feels because I think a lot of folks are excited for this one. This is a great opportunity for Oklahoma, but let's start with this one. I just hope to see us find something that works on offense to get a little confidence before the playoffs. And also, I'm hopeful that we can get this W without anyone else getting injured. This one comes from Buck Champs on YouTube.
Oh, I agree. The injury piece is the one thing that I'm the most concerned about. Truth be told, I'm not concerned about the offense anymore. I've said it before. I'm like, it is what it is. They have moments where they'll go out there and they can show you that they can score 20-something points. And then they have moments where they show you they can't score 3. Besides, titanium leg, putting those in between the uprights. So in that case, as long as we can keep getting close enough to the red zone for Tate to do his thing, I'm good. But yeah, I am at the, all right, it is what it is. This offense is what it is.
It is what it is, and it's not very good. But
yeah,
they will do what it takes, of course, and hopefully get the offense to score a few touchdowns. Hey, we got 2 offensive touchdowns last week. If we can get 2 offensive touchdowns this week, I feel pretty confident that Oklahoma wins.
Same. If we can do that, that's all that matters. We just need to score 2. I think we're good. I hate to be a wet rag, but I mentioned it, dog. It just pouring water on everybody's parade, man. They're not very good right now, and they're not even playing inspired football. Like, they're not even really trying, and they're bowl eligible. They're gonna make a bowl game, right? They're already at 7 wins, and it's just. They just don't feel like, half players don't feel like they just want to be there anymore right now. It's just such a Debbie Downer of a game. And everybody I've seen evaluated and talking to LSU people, they're just like, yep, y'all going to beat us. Y'all going to blow us out. Y'all going to destroy us. I'm like, man, y'all taking away all the fun. Like, who's a good player? They hurt. I'm like, well, okay, never mind.
That does make for a dangerous team because they're seeing all the talk all week long about how LSU didn't have a chance and Oklahoma's going to win and blah, 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 blah. And listen, I don't think Oklahoma's going to get too high on it, but you could certainly see LSU come out and play some inspired ball because, like, nobody's believing in them. Floyd on X says, kind of like the Sooners' chances to begin with, now even more with their injury report. Tigers are kind of hurting.
Yeah, they on the struggle bus, and it's one of those. It really does feel like, what was it? Us last year in some ways, but I think the big difference is that when we got to this point of the year, our line was for the most part, quote unquote, established. A lot of the players that had been hurt most of the year, the ones that had played the last few games were playing. So Missouri, Alabama, that we had a lot of the same dudes on the field that we wanted on the field. On the offensive line. And so you felt way more comfortable, right? Maine, you started to feel more comfortable. Like, okay, you're starting to see them get better and better week over week. I think from the Ole Miss game, as you progress, you saw them get a little bit better here and there. And then it was just a decision on the quarterback to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think LSU has the same scenario right now. It's just like dudes keep falling every week. Yeah. And now they've lost, losing a couple of their wide receivers and especially the starting center. Because like for us, we dealt with so much center turmoil in the first couple of games. That's when you started to be like, oh, hey, this might not be a good thing. But when Troy Everett came back, he didn't come back out the game. Him and Fabici Uwe were your 2 most consistent starters all year, period, especially when Troy came back for Tennessee. So you're like, okay, I think we should be fine. And so that's kind of what I feel like. I don't think LSU's at that point, though. I think their linemen just keep going up and down like every single week, and I don't know if they're going to have the luck we had last year.
Well, they fired a coach. They're just kind of hanging off for your life, Like, this is a program that's just like, can we just get to our next head coach and then go from there? So
that's what it feels like.
Yeah. This one comes from Red River Ramblers, and I thought this might have been the most creative one. Oklahoma has the game in the bag. Problem is, it's a paper bag that can rip, and we have a tendency to piss on the bag. We all know a wet paper bag is worse than no bag at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very fascinating take there. And you're not wrong. Just don't, don't tear up the wet paper bag. Don't get the paper bag wet by peeing on it.
Yeah. This one feels different. Like this season feels different though,
It really does.
This feels different than 2023 when, you start the season great, you beat Texas, you survive against UCF, then you lose road games to Kansas and Oklahoma State. It feels different than that. It feels like this team isn't reading their own praise. They're not, again, getting too high on themselves. They understand that they've still got work to do. There's nothing perfect about this team, especially if you look at the offensive side of the ball. So the defense, I think, has to stay locked in. They know they have to stay locked in because the offense isn't scoring enough. So the defense is like, all right, it's on us to make sure that what the offense does give us, excuse me for that poor English, is enough. And that's our job as the defense. So we can't take a series off. We can't take a playoff. We've got to be locked in for 4 quarters.
That's true. You got to stay locked in.
Different.
Yeah, it does. It feels a lot different. And all we got to do is lock in, man. I think we can do it.
Yep. Yeah. So this next one, last one right here, comes from Killer Bees over on YouTube. He says, anyone thinking this one is a done deal, better think again. Just 4 more quarters of football. Have to stay focused. I'm hoping we see their best performance yet. Boomer.
Sooner. I agree. I 100% agree. This isn't a done deal. It's all about us executing on our side and actually showing up and playing, like mentioned, our best ball. We do that, we're good. And I think we can. I think we have it right in front of us. We've done it on a few occasions. We've surprised even ourselves. Mm-hmm. I would like us to, you know what? If there's a game I want us to replicate, just give me South Carolina.
Yeah. Shoot, I'd take last week against Ole Miss, or against Missouri, not Ole Miss, against Missouri, where it's, hey, our offense scores a couple touchdowns, we get a field goal, defense shuts them down completely, and ball game. Like, because it never really felt like after the first half that Missouri was going to win the game. So give me a non-dramatic, hey, we kind of have it in the bag in the first half, and then we go through the second half and we just take care of business and get out of there with the dub. Like, to me, that would be awesome. And if it's like South Carolina, fine. If it's, where you have to score more than that, I would be a little disappointed. But if they score a bunch of points and win a game scoring a bunch of points, that'd be all right too. Because, again, all that matters is just win. Final predictions, Jay. What do you got for the Oklahoma Sooners?
So I mentioned it a minute ago. The game that I feel like this needs to be like, South Carolina, but without a touchdown. I think Oklahoma should win this game 24-6.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm landing too, is somewhere in around 23. That's kind of where I've stuck at Oklahoma for a lot of weeks over the last few weeks, because that's about where they've been scoring. They've been getting some help from the defensive side of the ball to get them there. But yeah, I think 23-6 is kind of where I'm at. I don't think they score a touchdown. This offense is not better than Missouri's offense right now. It's not better than Alabama's offense right now. Alabama was able to get a couple touchdowns. They drove the ball in Oklahoma, but Oklahoma was able to get stops when they needed to. Again, closing the game strong against the Crimson Tide with 4 straight stops. And then against Missouri, they gave up 2 field goals, and that was it. The most they could have had was 9 because they blocked a field goal too. So I just think that this Oklahoma defense is too locked in right now that LSU is not going to be able to score more than 10. And so Oklahoma is going to be able to walk away from this one with a comfortable victory.
Yeah, double-digit win. We got to close it. Let's make it happen, guys. We can. We got to do is walk out there and take it. It's right there in our lap.
And let's see some Auburn/Michigan version of John Mateer. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
If we could have like one Thanksgiving wish, that would be what we got.
Agreed.
All right. That's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, over on YouTube. You can follow me at John 9 Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. Hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and is enjoying their long weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll have a little bit different schedule for our live show after the game, so kind of be tuned in for that. We'll let you know exactly when we're going to go live after Oklahoma versus LSU, because Jay's going to be at the game. I'll be traveling back from Texas visiting with my family, but we will have you covered with whatever happens on Saturday here on Locked On Sooners. But until then, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. Boomer
Sooner. And it's November 28th, and it's a great day to say, run the dang ball.
Run. Yeah.